Hey, fourth graders. So I'm going to remind you how to play four in a row on Google Slides. So you clicked on this to get your own copy from Google Classroom in the classwork tab, and then you need to share it with a friend. So you're going to figure out who you're playing with, and you guys can decide at the end of our Google Meet, or you can decide by sending a Google Hangout message, or let me know if you're having trouble finding someone, and I can play with you or find someone in the class to play. Once you figure out who you're playing with, you're going to hit share and you will share your Google slide with them. Then, when you're both on the Google slide, you'll see an icon up here with their picture or name. You guys can begin. So, the directions are on slide 1, and I'm going to kind of just go through them for you with the game board on slide 2. So, you're going to decide who's player 1 and player 2. You can just, you know, figure it out on your own. You could do alphabetical for your name if you're having trouble figuring out who would be one and who would be two. Doesn't really matter. Everyone's getting the same amount of turns. What you're going to do is player 1 is going to move one of the color little clear pieces to one of the factors on the left here. You have 1 through 9. So I'm going to move my little chip and I'm going to put it on 2. You should still be able to see 2. Now player 2 goes. Player 2 is going to move the other chip to any of the factors on here, and they may do the same number if they like. So I'm going to go 4. Now I have a multiplication equation. 2 times 4. I'm going to choose to be X or O. Again, you guys decide who's going to be what. And after I solve my equation, 2 times 4, I'm going to decide which symbol I am, and I'm going to click, and I'm going to drag it to the answer, and I'm going to mark that spot. I'm also going to come down here, and since player 2 went kind of first, even though player 1 moved a chip, I'm going to write my equation. 2 times 4 equals 8. After this, it's the next person's turn. So then it goes back to player 1. Player 1 can choose to move the 2 or the 4, but they can only move 1. And again, you can also have them double up. So if I wanted to move this one to 4 and have 4 times 4, I could do that as well. So let's do that. 4 times 4 is 16. I'm going to move one of the zeros or the O's and put it on 16. I'm then going to write my equation. 4 times 4 equals 16, and I have my work done there. I'm going to continue this pattern of moving chips. So now I'm going to go ahead and move 1. I'll have 4 times 5, which is 20. So now I need to find 20 on here and mark it up. Write down my equation. 4 times 5 equals 20, and continue on until I have 4 in a row, either going across, up and down, or on the diagonal. So you want to really pay attention to the numbers around your symbol. If you just keep picking random factors, you might have your X or your O's all over the board. So start to see what numbers are around your symbol. So for example, I see a 10. So when it's my turn, I really want to keep this 5 and move the 4 to a 2 because 2 times 5 is 10, and I'll start to get some in a row. If it becomes your turn and you move a chip and it's already on a number that you can't use, so for example, I have 2 here and I move this to a 4. 2 times 4 is 8. Oh, we already have 8, so I can't do anything and I lose that turn. So again, you continue this pattern till you have 4 in a row, either going across, up and down, or diagonal. When you're done, you can reset the pieces by clicking and dragging them back off the page. And then you can play another round if you'd like. Now, tricky thing here is make sure, so you see that plus sign, that's what you want to click and drag, because if you don't have the plus sign, it's just going to make the boxes bigger. And you can always use your arrow keys, no big deal. So that's how you're going to play that game. There are some variations down here if you want to change it up, but that's how you're going to play the game. Good luck and have fun.